Good morning. This is Toby McAdam from Risingsun Iodine Products. I'm the master herbalist here, and I'm also actually kind of a chemist. What I'm going to do is show you how to make an iodine supplement spray using our Lugol's Iodine 5%. What we do is we're going to have distilled water, a glass mason jar, clear. This is just a measuring stick, and then what I do is this is what they call a TDS. This measures what they call total dissolved solids. Now, I use distilled water. The other thing we have, so we're going to have hydron testing strips for the pH and iodine testing strips to make sure the iodine levels. So what we're going to do is measure, first off, 4 ounces, because we're going to make a 4-ounce spray bottle. This is the ones I use. They're actually hard to get a hold of now, but you can go down to any dollar store, just get something that's BPA free, so it's actually can be used with food. In this quart jar, this is a wide mouth. It has 4 ounce, 8 ounce, 16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the distilled water that we have here. I'm going to fill it up with 4 ounces of distilled water. Now, the reason we're using distilled water, we don't want any what they call dissolved solids. It's dead water, so there's nothing in it. To verify it, I'm going to pour some into this little plastic cup. I'm going to turn on this little meter. It's called a TDS tester. I actually got it when I got my water, my one water filter. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to test it. Zero 1. That's distilled water. If you take this and you want to see how it works, I mean, usually tap water has like 200 to 300 parts, parts per million. So anyway, now we know this is distilled water. This is exactly what we want. There's no other minerals. There's no solids in it. So this is the water we're going to deal with. Now, let's test the pH. The pH of distilled water is going to be around 6. Now, when you're making this supplement spray, you want the pH, 6 or less. 3 to 5 is great, but 6 is acceptable. Anything above 6, you do not. There's a problem with water. It's not distilled. So we're going to dip this in the water, and this can be dipped in the water because this is what you use for testing your saliva for pH, your urine pH, etc. So let's take a look and see what we have. On this scale, it's going to show that's 5. So the pH is 5. This is excellent. This will work perfect. Discard it. Now, what we've come up with is we're going to use the Lugol's iodine. The 5% has approximately 6.33 milligrams per drop. So what we're going to do, since it's concentrated, we're going to put this 4 ounces into the container. Next, we're going to add, these child-proof lids are a pain, but hey, they do its job. We want vertical drops. So here is 1, 2. That's called 2 vertical drops. The amount of iodine, what you do is the amount of solution that's in those drops is probably about 0.05007 milliliters. So there's approximately 591 drops into that bottle. So now what we're going to do is mix this up. Just shake it. Let it set for a little bit. I set this on top of the lid. That's one thing. Keep the lid for this lid for the quart jar. It's good to set stuff in so it's not touching anything. This was I sanitized this area prior. So here's what you're going to see. See, there's a little color to that distilled water, that water we put in there. So now we're going to take an iodine testing strip to see how many parts per million. That's what we're going to measure. It takes about 30 seconds for this. So when I make this spray, what's unique about this spray is a lot of people do not like the taste of iodine. And the best way to get your minerals and supplements, you want to get it through your food. However, because food, you know, the way it's grown, it's missing a lot of mineral supplements, the soils are missing, so the iodine, there's a deficiency in iodine. So what we want to do is you want to get it to where it tastes, you know, like food. So you get it through your food. So you spray this onto your food and then you can eat it. It doesn't have any taste. If it does, what we'll do is you can use this. There's lemon juice, and we'll just do that a little bit later, show you how to work with that. So anyway, now the time is up. So let's see what we have. 2 drops is equivalent to 2 parts per million, or 20 parts per million. That comes, so what you want to do is you want to try and get probably the parts per million. You can go up to 40, 45. If you add 1 drop, it'll take it up to about 45 parts per million. But I'm just going to stay with this. So if you add a drop, figure another drop to it, it's going to add parts per million by about 15 parts per million. Now, what's unique about this is the amount of iodine you will take, as a supplement varies. I mean, there's discussions about it. Some people will say it's 150 micrograms a day. Others, it goes up to, 50 milligrams. I'm one of these that believe you stay around, 10 to 14 milligrams. That's kind of what they consume in Japan. So that's kind of where I'm looking at. 1 to 2 drops if you're going to take it as a supplement in distilled water or a drink like apple juice, because this stuff does taste nasty, and the 5% really has a taste to it. So that is what we deal with that. So now we're going to pour this back. So when you're dealing with iodine, a lot of times people don't like the iodine or they have a reaction. The 5% is what they call a strong solution. That's what Joseph Lugol first created, and then it was evolved to 2.2, so it wasn't quite as strong, but you still had the benefits of it. So now what we're going to do to help even better with the taste, pour a cap full of lemon or lime juice, or a teaspoon of ascorbic acid, or a teaspoon of you can use anything from lemon juice, lime juice, apple cider vinegar, whatever you want to use. Now, you have everything in here. The pH is 5, and then we have 20 parts per million. The next thing we do is let it sit for probably about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we know it's pretty well, it's all dissolved, it's all mixed up. That's what it looks like. It doesn't stain. The hand looks good. It has a citrusy because of the lime. There's never been or never have been used on iodine supplement spray. This has a lot of benefits. You could take it orally. You could spray it on your food. I mean, there's just so many different benefits to it. But iodine, there's such a depletion. Excuse me. It must be Monday with the iodine in your body. And the only way to test is usually through what they call an iodine load test, as opposed to the blood. Iodine load, you take 50 milligrams, and then it goes through the urine, and then they measure how much the discharge is. But anyway, we're sticking with the spray. This is an excellent way to get your stuff. Spray it on, carry it with you. The reason I like these, you can put it on your food all during the day. Your kid, just spray it on their food. They will not notice it. And that's why this, opposed to the drops, if you want to put it into 4 to 6 ounces, you can still do that. 1 to 2 drops, but it's just the taste. This breaks it down to where you get at least some sprays out of it. This actually sprays approximately 750. So you can 1 or 2 sprays. Anyway, that is how you make the iodine supplement spray with Lugol's Iodine 5%. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more to come. If you have any questions, let us know. All we can say is stay safe and keep in touch. Thank you.